What if I told you that some handmade soaps could burn your skin or even contain lead? Yeah, you heard that right. Just because it's handmade doesn't mean it's safe. Every year, millions of people switch to handmade soaps, believing they are a safer and more natural alternative to commercial brands. These artisanal soaps, often sold at farmers markets, online stores, and boutique shops, are marketed as pure, chemical-free, and better for the skin. But here's the shocking truth. Just because something is handmade doesn't mean it's safe. Many people assume that handmade soaps are made with nothing but wholesome ingredients: olive oil, coconut oil, shea butter, and a few essential oils for fragrance. But what if I told you that some of these soaps contain hidden dangers that could harm your skin and even your health? Let's take a step back. Why do people avoid commercial soaps? Most store-bought soaps contain synthetic detergents, artificial fragrances, and preservatives, all things that health-conscious consumers try to stay away from. Handmade soap seems like the perfect alternative. It's made in small batches, often by independent artisans, and comes in beautiful, rustic designs with natural-looking colors and scents. Soap still requires chemicals. In fact, without one key chemical, lye, sodium hydroxide, soap wouldn't exist at all. And that's just the beginning. Some handmade soaps contain irritating essential oils, hidden toxins, and even heavy metals in their natural-looking dyes. So before you lather up with that handmade bar of soap, let's take a closer look at what might be lurking inside. Let's start with lye, the one ingredient you cannot make soap without. Lye, also known as sodium hydroxide, is a highly caustic substance. Before it's mixed with oils, it can burn your skin, cause eye damage, and even dissolve aluminum. That's right, if you pour lye into an aluminum container, it will literally eat through the metal. So if lye is so dangerous, why is it in soap? Because lye is what makes soap, well, soap. When mixed with fats or oils, it goes through a chemical reaction called saponification, which transforms the mixture into a solid bar of cleansing goodness. The good news? When properly made, all the lye reacts with the oils, leaving none behind in the final product. Problem: not all handmade soap is properly made. If a soap maker gets the recipe wrong, using too much lye or not enough oil, it can leave excess lye in the soap. And guess what happens when you rub a lye-heavy soap on your skin? Burns, redness, irritation, and even chemical burns in extreme cases. So how can you tell if a handmade soap is safe? If the label says 100% lye-free, it's a red flag, because no real soap can be made without lye. Instead, look for soaps labeled super fatted, or those made with extra moisturizing oils to ensure there's no leftover lye. If you've learned something new so far, hit that subscribe button. It won't remove toxins from your soap, but it will make sure you don't miss out on more eye-opening videos like this. Plus, it's 100% lye-free, guaranteed. But lye isn't the only concern. Let's talk about hidden toxins in handmade soaps. What's the first thing you do when you pick up a bar of handmade soap? You smell it. Fragrance is one of the biggest selling points for handmade soap, but it's also where things get tricky. Soap makers use fragrance oils, which are synthetic chemicals that mimic natural scents. The problem? Many fragrance oils contain phthalates, a group of chemicals linked to hormone disruption and allergic reactions. If you've ever used a soap that smelled amazing but left your skin itchy or irritated, fragrance oils could be the culprit. Even essential oils, which seem like a natural alternative, can be problematic. Some essential oils like cinnamon, clove, and peppermint can be irritating to the skin in high concentrations. Others, like citrus oils, can make your skin more sensitive to sunlight, increasing the risk of burns. So, if your handmade soap smells too good to be true, check the ingredients. Look for natural essential oils in safe concentrations, and avoid anything that just says fragrance or parfum. Next up, preservatives. One reason people love handmade soap is that it's free from harsh preservatives like parabens. But here's the twist. Not all preservatives are bad, and some handmade soaps still contain them. Parabens are used in cosmetics and skincare products to prevent mold and bacteria growth, but studies have linked them to hormone disruption and potential health risks. Some handmade soap makers still use preservatives in specialty bars like goat milk soap or herbal-infused soaps because they contain natural ingredients that can spoil over time. If you want a truly natural soap, check the ingredients list. If you see methylparaben, propylparaben, or butylparaben, think twice. Instead, look for soaps preserved with natural alternatives like vitamin E or rosemary extract. Now, let's talk about those beautifully colored handmade soaps. You've probably seen bars with swirls of blue, green, and pink that look almost too pretty to use. But did you know some of these natural colors might not be so natural? Many soap makers use mica powders to create vibrant colors. While mica is a naturally occurring mineral, some cheaper versions contain heavy metals like lead or arsenic. Yeah, you heard that right. You might be rubbing lead on your skin. Other soaps use synthetic dyes, which can cause allergic reactions and irritation, especially for people with sensitive skin. If you want to avoid risky colorants, look for soaps colored with clay, activated charcoal, or plant-based ingredients like turmeric and spirulina. Alright, by now you might be thinking, okay, so how do I know if my handmade soap is actually safe? Don't worry, I'm not here to scare you away from handmade soap forever. There are plenty of great ones out there. You just have to know what to look for. First, always check the ingredient list. A good handmade soap should have simple, recognizable ingredients. Things like olive oil, coconut oil, shea butter, lye, and maybe some natural additives like clays or plant-based colorants. But if you see the word fragrance or parfum without any mention of essential oils, that's a red flag. And if the soap contains methylparaben, propylparaben, or synthetic dyes, you might want to think twice before rubbing it all over your skin. Second, look for proper curing time. Handmade soap needs at least 4 to 6 weeks to cure before it's safe to use. This allows all the lye to fully react with the oils, making sure there's none left in the final product. If a seller is bragging about how their soap is freshly made and straight from the malt, that's actually a bad thing. It could mean there's still active lye in it, which could seriously irritate your skin. And here's a big one. Be careful with over-the-top claims. If a soap brand is advertising itself as 100% lye-free, that's impossible. Real soap doesn't exist without lye. And if they're saying their soap can cure acne, eczema, or some other medical condition, be skeptical. Soap is a skincare product, not a miracle drug. Now, if you're buying handmade soap, the best thing you can do is support reputable sellers. Find experienced soap makers who list all their ingredients and actually explain their process. And don't forget to check the reviews. If multiple people are saying the soap irritated their skin, there's probably a reason for that. Also, do a patch test. Before you slather a new soap all over your body, just try it on a small part of your arm first. If your skin gets red or itchy, don't use it. Oh, and one last thing, store your soap properly. Unlike commercial bars, handmade soaps don't have heavy-duty preservatives, so they can spoil or break down if they sit in water for too long. Keep them in a dry place between uses so they actually last. So, what's the takeaway here? Handmade soap can be amazing, but natural doesn't always mean safe. The key is knowing what's in it, how it's made, and whether the person selling it is being honest about their ingredients. And hey, if you've made it this far, congratulations. You officially know more about soap than most people. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and tell me in the comments, what's the weirdest soap ingredient you've ever seen? Thanks for watching, and remember, just because it's handmade doesn't mean it's harmless. Stay clean, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.